In this video, we're going to go over the adding a tracking link campaign and go over the fields on this page that you're seeing. Up top, it's just campaign name. So now the campaign name, if you're wanting to create tracking links, there's a campaign and then there's links inside the campaign. So if you're doing, let's say, Facebook advertising and you want to have tracking links for every single Facebook ad that you have, you would go in here and make a campaign name. Let's just maybe call it Facebook ads. Campaign description would be something like tracking links for all Facebook ad marketing campaigns. Okay. And this is a click tracker. Okay, we're not rotating anything with this. This is just a click tracker. Cookie days 999. Now what cookie days are is within a click tracker. If you're using the conversion wizard and actually tracking things like opt-ins and sales and any other custom conversion things that you want to track, this is, if you're using cookies with the conversion tracker, the number of days that cookie will stay on that person's computer. So I would keep it at the default, which right now is 999. And then host to block. Now, if you are wanting to block traffic coming in, maybe there's a certain host or IP range that you want to block, that's what you would type in here. Now, the host name is not just a .com name. Okay, it's not abc.com. It's the host name that's associated to the IP address. You can find these host names when you're looking at stats of all the traffic that came in from a certain, people clicking on it and looking at the reports of one of your tracking links. So you'd put in that entire host name. Now, if you put in just a part of that host name, this is like a string it's looking for within the host name. So if you put something in such as aweber.com, well, any traffic that has an IP host name that has aweber.com within it would be blocked. So just make sure you're very specific on the host names. And same thing with IP address. You wouldn't want to just put in 111.111. So any IP address that would have that 111.111 within it anywhere would end up being blocked. So you want to be very specific on which ones you want to block. Down here, blocking redirect URL. Now, if somebody from a specific host came in that you're trying to block, or an IP address that you're trying to block, this is the link that it would send them to. Okay, and on here for the host and IPs, it's one per line. Okay, or you would type in, let's say 111.111.111.111. What I would do is after you're done, do a comma, or actually, I'm sorry, shift enter, then 222.222.222.222, shift enter. 333. So it's one per line. Okay, don't put commas. I'm sorry, I was wrong previously. Just one per line. Same thing for host names. If you have some long host names, put it in there. Shift return. Next one. So make sure they're one per line, and then just type in the entire link. Make sure you put in the HTTP or HTTPS wherever you're sending it to. Let's say you wanted to send them to Google. Next one is the cost of the entire campaign. Now, if all the links in this campaign cost you a certain amount of money, you could put in that entire cost here, and within the stats for the campaign, you could actually see your profitability. Okay, so it would take the amount that it cost you, and then once you have conversion tracking wizard stuff for your sales, it'll then add, subtract, multiply, divide, do all the additions for you to show you in your stats how profitable the entire campaign was. And of course, the status, it's automatically checked for on, and you just click on submit.